Oh my gosh, y'all, it feels as if it has been so long since I've last spoken with you. My last story was a silent vlog, and with the recent snowstorm, I was left quite speechless and honestly in awe of nature's way of really forcing the life around me to hibernate. And that is really what we've been doing, the animals and I. After the storm settled, there has been a blanket of clouds and snow that has remained for days on end. But in it, the world has felt so quiet and still, like it too is taking a long, deep breath. It's my hope that wherever you are at in the world, whatever season or stage of life, that you're able to find a little bit of time to unwind and create a moment of peace and a sense of inner connection, especially amidst whatever noise or wild energy might be happening right now. Oh, wow, I can't believe that it is the end of January already. And the first new moon of the year, which also happens to be the Lunar New Year, a symbol of renewal and rebirth. For some reason, this day has spoken more to me than the first of this month, which I also appreciate, but I'm really feeling called now to recognize what seeds of intention I'm aiming to plant in the upcoming months ahead. While it is still winter and everything is dormant, I acknowledge the importance of daydreaming, visualizing what it is we truly want to embody. And so I've been asking myself, how do I want to move forward with aligned action? Not just forceful resolutions, but attuned, heart-centered movement. I guess I never made any official New Year's resolutions. I think it's always hard for me to feel that motivation in the depths of winter to make these grand plans for change and transformation. Honestly, I've just been trying to reconnect and embrace with what the natural world is asking of me. So I've been spending most of my time trying to stay warm and survive these days and nights below freezing. I have to say, though, I've been drinking a lot of yummy teas and hot chocolate. And I'm so thankful that my little shelter has been providing the animals and myself exactly what we need. Today, the winds have picked up and the sun is finally breaking through the clouds. And everything is beginning to glitter as if it is alive with light again. Even Chi-Chi is starting to really warm up to the snow, which is a very different environment for her, but she has a special time of day, normally around 10 a.m., that I like to call Chi-Chi hour, and it's where she really insists on having me walk around with just her because sometimes she wants my undivided attention, and I consider it our girls' time and really do cherish every minute of it. Now that the sun is out, I want to try and push all the snow off the van, but it is really compacted and turned into a hard block of ice, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer before I can defrost the panels and start recharging again. Even though it may not feel like I've been doing much on the outside, I've been soaking up so much through reading, listening to new podcasts, and really putting my attention into what really sparks my interest. I've also gotten back into guided meditation and honestly haven't felt this good in so long, especially with a practice that is just so simple. And it really humors me to think that the animals are becoming more zen than ever just by listening as well. But honestly, I see them as my greatest teachers. They play, they rest, they explore, and they remind me to do the same. They don't dwell on what's past, but live fully in the present, and maybe that's a small inspiration I'd like to carry into this year. And I'm really excited to share what's next and what I've been working on. I've finally launched a Patreon, and it's a space where I think I'll be sharing my own guided meditations and hopefully soon bedtime stories. I think it will be a way for me to create more intentional content and have fun with it along the way. I've felt so inspired recently, realizing that the journey to reaching an exciting world within really can be found anywhere as long as you have a set of headphones. So, yeah, I feel so lucky to share this news with you, and I hope that you'll meet me there. Sit. Good. The forest in winter feels so different. With no leaves on the trees, the landscape really opens up. At first, it might feel empty, even stark, but there's a certain clarity in the stillness. And actually, the light shines through so much more. You can see farther and notice paths that were hidden before. And I guess I'm reminded that even when we can't see the full picture of life, when the destination feels distant, each step that we take carries us forward. Progress isn't always lush or loud. Sometimes it's subtle and quiet, but it's still progress. And I'm trusting that this season of silence will eventually give way to new growth, especially when spring arrives. So I've been working more with my sourdough starter and just got into making mini bagels recently. And I can't believe how fun it can be with the endless topping options and forming into shape. It's just a creative and tasty activity. And it really is quite simple. The only thing that is a challenge is waiting for the dough to ferment, because once I get them on my mind, I just want to eat them as soon as I crave. But there's definitely a delayed gratification when it comes to baking with sourdough and really cooking from scratch in general. But in the end, it is so worth it. Finally, the sun's rays have made it to where I can remove the thick layer of snow that has settled on the roof over the past week. I've been relying on what little power I've had stored, which surprisingly lasted longer than expected, but I am looking forward to be able to recharge them again. And it's just a small thing, but to me it feels like this is the first sign of change. The first hint that winter won't last forever, and I can feel the shift, the promise of longer days, more light, and the slow return of warmth on my skin. And it's so exciting to think about. But for now, I'll try to remain in the present and continue to savor the simple moments until this hibernation season is over. So I've been thinking a little bit more about the future ahead and am realizing that it isn't fully illuminated to me yet, and I don't always have concrete plans, but just as the new moon waxes and the seasons turn, I'm learning to trust my intuition and that life will unfold in its own rhythm. But I guess that is what we've been up to, and I thank you so much for being with me on this journey. I hope that you take so much care. Until next time.